2, 3.
Hello, goddesses and queens. It's your girl Yee.
And it's Alex.
So what we talking about, babe? I gotta start off.
What we talking about? I mean, so we're gonna talk about the hot topic that been going on about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
No, we already spoke about that.
We already talked about that. So basically, so it is an extension off of that because
Yes, it
that,
is.
like, did he act? Because we really going, did he act like a beta or alpha? And that ties into the topic about Russell.
Right, Russell.
And what's been going on with him, saying the other football player calling him, ex-football player calling him not a simp, corny.
A square.
Corny, a square, saying, and then a whole bunch of black Twitter and black, black Instagram. Oh, they don't like good black man and how he treat, so that type of stuff.
Right. So I guess
You was
I'm
saying
gonna
that too.
start off with a question. Does a good man
I'm a little tired.
does a good man equivalent to a square or a simp?
That's
And
a
does
good question. That's the first question.
yeah, and does toxic masculinity equivalent? Toxic masculinity being like Future. I can't think about no other. I know the guy said Future. Equivalent being like, I guess, the real alpha male or whatever.
What's your
you call
question?
it.
What's the second question?
Does toxic masculinity equivalent to like alpha male?
Okay, so I answered the first question. The first question was, ask that again. Good men.
Do good men equivalent to squares or simps?
Okay. So you gotta. Excuse me. A good man. Okay. I would say a good man necessarily is not a square or a simp, but good men have certain qualities that, like a good solid man, like you gotta understand what's a good man. To me, a good man is you handle your responsibilities, you take care of things that you may not want to, but you have to. You treat everyone around you with respect. You get respect. You carry yourself with a certain pride and dignity. You have morals. You have principles. You know what I'm saying? That's a good man. So. Okay, sorry. So that's a good question. Like,
All right, so let me.
no. Oh, go ahead. No, go. I'm trying to.
So the reason that I asked that is because we have heard that Will Smith has been called a simp because Will Smith supposedly defended his wife the day or the night of the Oscars. So they called him a simp. Now they call him Russell Simmons a square.
Yeah, Russell Simmons.
What's the red? Russell. I don't know his last name. Do you know his last name?
Russell Wilson.
Russell
Wilson. The football player. Russell
Wilson.
What you said?
Russell Simmons.
Russell Simmons is the dude who founded Def Jam in the 90s or the 80s with Run DMC shit.
But Russell Wilson, he's considered a square because he's to me, he's a good man. What I have seen, he's a good man to Sierra. He put his family and his wife first or whatnot. Okay. Now, people will bring up, oh, well, Sierra left Future to be with Russell because Russell is a square. But Future, we know Future, what he said, what you rather be crying in a Toyota or in a Lambo? Why? Because he's going to make you cry regardless. But to me, Future is not a good man. He's a toxic masculinity type of man. But the men that I would think are good men that treat their wife right, that put their family first, that put their responsibility first, are the guys that other men are calling squares and simps.
Reason why,
because as women, we think of those type of men as good men.
Okay, that's a good point. Now, so women, it's very blurred with women what women think is a good or a bad man. Because growing up, the men who women want are the futures. Y'all want bad boys. Y'all don't want the dude who can read and he's making A's and he's a good dude. He's all that. Y'all want the football player who's the jock in school. Y'all want the dude who coming in late all the time getting suspended. Y'all want the bad boy, or y'all want the jock. Y'all want the overly successful brother, a brother that's going to drama class, or he's a geek or a nerd. Y'all don't really like them, so them so-called could be good guys. And women gotta be realistic. Who is Sierra's first dude who got her pregnant? It was a Future. So she is attracted to Future type of dudes. Now Future type of dudes, he messed up, so she got with Russell. That's why they calling him a simp or a square, because he's not the first choice. He's our second choice, and he's a simp because of that. If he's taking care of another man's child, if you really believe that he's the first, who she really want to be with, then he don't. Come on now, that would make him a simp or a square. So I understand when they say he's a simp or a square, because he's not her first choice. Her first choice, when he was saying, why would she leave Future to go with Russell? Come on, that's common sense. We all know she really liked Future. Future cheated on her. He did her bad, the bad boy. And then she went to Russell. What women really want, what they don't tell you, is they want a Future with a Russell attitude. That's what women want. They want a dude who got the money, the cars, got the big thing, the bad boy, but then they want him to treat her like a good man. And that's where women get mixed up at, because y'all want the bad boy. Y'all just want the bad boy to treat y'all good. You want him to be a bad boy's perception to the world, but when he with you, he not cheating, he not yelling at you, he not doing that so-called toxic masculinity, but he's doing that to the world. So she wants Future, but she's gonna settle with Russell, because Russell is a so-called good man. He take care of the kids, her kids, his kids. He's not gonna cheat on her. For what we see, he's not cheating on her. He's not making her look disrespectful in public. He's labeled as a good man. Now, if she can get that out of Future, you think she'll be with Russell? No, she would be with Future. She really want Future to be like Russell, but men like that don't be like that. That's why he has so many women. That's why, how many baby mamas he got? Like 7, 8. That's why he got so many women, because most women like the Future prototype. They don't like the Russell prototype. Early in life, women want the Future. When they get baby mamas like Sierra, she's a baby mother from Future. And then now, I need a dude that's going to be good. And then she start growing up and being smart. Let me go get a Russell. Russell is never the first choice. That's when they say he's a simp. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, my thing is, like, going back to what you said, girls typically don't like the geeks or whatever the case may be. The
good guys.
What are the good guys? Still, you're not explaining what makes them a square. Because even though women might not like them or whatever the case may be, or might not be attracted to them, okay, what makes them a square? Because what I'm getting, Russell is square because, she pretty much dealing with him. What did the guy say?
She's a single mother, and he's dealing with her, and he's a rich man, and he's selling for a single mother. That's one reason why I heard certain dudes saying that, because let's say he's not like a trash man, not the diss trash man, but he's very successful and rich. Mm-hmm. So if you being that rich, you have the pick of the litter. That means you can get women with no children who's supermodels. He can get lawyers, he can get any type of woman. He's selling for a woman that has a baby by another man, and he's a rapper. So it's like he already put a notch on his belt. Boom. So you lowering yourself to be with this woman. That's one notch. That's what I'm saying. Now, I really don't truly believe it, but that's what somebody's saying. That's one. What makes him a simp is not his career, because being a football player is very like masculine, but how he carry himself. He's very laid back. He's quiet. He's timid. He's not. You don't see him being like I'm the man. Like you don't see him being very like alpha in his approach. That's why they saying that. But that don't mean to be alpha. You don't have to be loud and boisterous and all that.
Right.
They're just saying he a simp because he got a clean image. he seems like he's laid back. He seems like he's a pushover. That's why they calling him that.
I'm gonna go ahead and play that clip of the guy.
Russell and that bread, she ain't gonna be with him. Russell Square. Russell Square. Russell Square. Sierra had she has a good situation, but you gonna leave Future and get with Russell Wilson.
The thing is,
I think that's where you don't leave Future and get with Russell Wilson. Like, it's a type. Listen, bro, everybody got a type.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody has a type. You gonna leave Future and get with Russell Wilson? He's so goddamn square, and I love him on the field. He's a square.
Shannon.
He's a fucking square.
Shannon, you go from this level of toxicity, you just want something stable. You want the guy that was sitting with that girl with that big old mouth at the draft that was laughing, and you knew she deserved to be with him.
Goofball?
Yeah, you want that guy.
You want to get with Goofball.
All right, y'all. So as you guys seen, what the guy said.
I was trying to be politically correct and not curse and all that. So that's why I'm trying to pace my words. Cause all camera, but I'll be going in like, but I don't want to be too aggressive and be too masculine, toxic masculine.
Russell is.
That
bread, she ain't gonna be with him.
Right.
Russell Square. Russell Square. Sierra had she has a good situation, but you gonna leave Future and get with Russell Wilson. The thing is, I think that's what you don't leave Future and get with Russell Wilson. Like, it's a type. Listen, bro, everybody got a type.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody has a type. You gonna leave Future and get with Russell Wilson? He's so goddamn square, and I love him on the field. He's a square.
Shannon.
He's a fucking square.
Shannon, you go from this level of toxicity, you just want something stable. You want the guy that was sitting with that girl with that big old mouth at the draft that was laughing, and you knew she deserved to be with him.
Goofball?
Yeah, you want that guy.
You want to get with Goofball?
Right. So I feel like that's the situation. I feel like that's the situation. I feel like that's the situation with most women that's been in toxic relationships.
Right.
They typically want to deal with somebody that doesn't have all that drama, and typically the person that they be with that don't have the drama, don't come with the drama. The person typically don't want the drama either, so they tend to be more a better husband, a better significant other for that person, because they're gonna treat you the same way they want to be treated. But somebody that pretty much is still for the streets, they don't really care about the other person. They gonna do what they want, however they want. But good people, good significant others are gonna treat each other the way they want to be treated.
Right.
In my opinion. And one of the things which I'm gonna put that clip on here as well, pretty much, Russell, he pretty much described how he got Sierra, and they was like at a party or something, and he had his wallet on the table, and the wallet was all torn up, and Sierra pretty much asked him like, why your wallet look like that? And he was like, well, it's old.
I want to know the line that in your mind that made you bag Sierra. What was the line that got her to go out on a date with you?
Well, first of all,
shit.
I had this
Come
wallet.
on now,
I had
get in
this
there.
wallet. I had this wallet, and it was broke. It was broke down. It was like kind of tore up. I had it for a while. I was single at the time. I was running around single, and I had this wallet. It was tore up, so I could, first day we met, and we had been talking for 2.5 hours, hanging out, whatever. And she saw the wallet sit on the table. She said, "What the hell is that?" She said, "What the hell is that?" I said, "What are you talking about?" She said, "That wallet. You losing with that?" I said, I put my finger. I said, "First of all, with me, you're never losing."
Ooh.
I said, second of all, I said, that wallet, that shows consistency. Shows consistency. That's what you're gonna get from me.
Wow.
You're gonna get somebody who's gonna be consistent for you every day.
Mm-hmm. See, that's what
And so,
even when your shit old and broke down.
I said,
I'm still
inside
consistent.
that wallet, there's something that's real in there. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I think that was
or something. But in the midst of that conversation, he was like, and that's how consistency look like. Regardless if you fucked up or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna be there because I bring consistency. That right there, that's what a lot of women look for in a man.
That to her in the wallet?
About the wallet. Look, he got game, right? That boy got game.
No, women just...
But I'm saying that to say this is that is one of the things that a woman look for in a man, consistency. So
after they mess up with the dude who they really want, then they want consistency.
I think women want consistency all the way through. A lot of the time, women don't know what consistency look like until they have it. Because we be, you know, growing up, you get with people that don't know absolutely nothing about relationship. So they don't know how to love you. They don't know how to be consistent to you. They don't know how to do none of these things. So after a while of being in those type of relationship, you know what you don't want.
Right, but you learn from the guys that you want. So, and then you settle for the good guy or the guy that's...
It's not settling. It's like, it's a
okay,
release.
Settle,
it's like, okay, this is what love is supposed to be. This is what consistency is supposed to be. This is what real relationships or marriage is supposed to be.
But why did you have to go through, like, why you have to go through the different baby daddies? I didn't say, like, when man has the different baby daddies and the heartbreak. When that good guy's you already had a good guy there before, but you didn't want that good guy. Most women don't want good guys until they in their high 20s, mid 30s, even 40s. So you gonna look for the good guy when you like out of your prime. That's what I'm saying. Prime women, like a woman who's no kids, she in her prime. This is the finest. She gonna be like, she in her prime. She gonna want the future type. She gonna want the bad boy. She gonna want the dude that's getting fast money, the dope boys. They want those. They don't want he a good dude. He got a good 9 to 5. He go to school. He's a good dude. They want those dudes after they mess up with the dope boy. Then okay, let me go try this dude who he's good. He's decent. He kind of handsome. He got a good job. He's nice. Then I'm gonna give him a chance. So women do that. Like, women gotta be realistic. Women do that. If women got a chance between the fast money, attractive, fast talking dude or the dude that's just a normal, just okay looking, they gonna pick that. It's like women not being realistic. So of course Russell look attractive now. He has. If Russell Wilson didn't have any money, of course.
Russell is not an ugly guy.
Right, he's not ugly, but Sierra would not like him if he didn't have money. Of course,
Russell is better looking than 50 Cent, and she dated 50 Cent.
Yeah, but 50 Cent is more alpha. 50 Cent, like, you know, niggas ain't playing with 50 Cent. Like, he's more attractive than 50 Cent, but 50 Cent, like, if I had to choose, I'd rather be 50 Cent, because 50 Cent...
But 50 Cent probably today is a better man than he was 5 years ago when he met Sierra. 50 Cent is probably not the same 50 Cent he was when he was on his prime. So today 50 Cent, people would call him a simp because he be in the videos with his girls because da-da-da-da-da.
Now, what's a simp to you, though?
I don't know what is a simp because honestly, I didn't grow up with that. I don't know what is a square. I don't know what is a simp. I grew up with the square word, but I don't know what that is.
Square or lame. Let's say people like square me like a geek
or
a nerd.
But lame to me would be like a geek that's getting like played by a girl, but getting played by a girl by like you could tell that she don't love him. And she just getting his money. That's what I call like a paymaster.
Okay.
But I don't know what is like
a lame, like a person that, like, let's say a dude wear like his shirt tucked in and glasses, and he just like he just very like pristine and all that. You'd be like,
you could be, because my thing is you could be like a geek and still have swag.
Okay, so you still want swag. So let's say.
But that's not a lame.
Would you talk to the dude? Would you talk to me if I didn't smoke, didn't drink, didn't listen to rap music? I always have my shirt like talk. No, you be like, you so boring. You so, oh my god, you a lame. Like, come on, women don't like that. You want to do what you say, a little swag, so you want swag. Women want to have that.
Right, but
lame dudes don't just straight.
No, I feel like, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like Russell could turn up. I feel like Russell could dance. He probably don't drink and smoke, but I feel like Russell could go to a party. They go to parties.
Right, but he's straight by the book though. That's why people keep saying he lame and he a goofy. Cause
no, they're saying he's a goof because she left him.
No, I'm saying because there's another video with the same football players, and he go deeper into it, and he was like, the reason why I'm saying he a cornball because he said on our football team, people didn't really like all the other like black players didn't really get along with him because it was like we were trying to do this and he didn't want to do it. We listened to rap. He was like looking. He didn't fit in with us. He was like different.
Right. But that's the thing. So only because he's different, that's what makes him a square. That's what makes him a simp. Like I feel like, and then what's crazy to me is that other men are called. It's like us women. Sometimes we might down talk other women, but men, you guys don't understand it.
Right. So because y'all can say a girl. Let's say we all think a woman attractive, and y'all be like, "Oh, she a hoe," and we looking like, "Why y'all saying that?" And y'all put her down. You're a woman. We're not gonna. So men, I'm a man. I understand what they're talking about because I was doing They was doing like comment debates on this. And it's like, why every time a black man who's educated and he's smart, he talk eloquent, we gotta say he's a lame and he act. I was like, I put a prime example, and people be like, be hush mouth. Malcolm X is one of the most brilliant, intelligent men who has ever walked the planet. But ain't nobody ever called Malcolm no lame, no simp, none of that. He wore suits. He talked proper. Why? Because they knew where he come from. They knew he still had Malcolm carried himself like a man, like an alpha. And he still was smart, all of that. Russell not doing Russell not on the same level. He doesn't carry himself. Like, not to play with Malcolm X. It's the way he carried himself. And you can talk proper. So when people say, oh, if you talk proper and you wear suits, no. That doesn't mean you're lame. It's how you wear that suit. It's how you talk proper. You can still talk with soul and have a powerful black man voice and be very educated. You know what I'm saying? So it's how you carry yourself. And I'm gonna say this. In today's time, every man who's in a relationship is some. So like I was saying, you might not agree with this. Being a good man is good. That you want to be a good man. I would say I'm a good man. I'm not gonna say I'm like simp of the year, but I would say every good man does have a little simp in them. I feel like I have I have my simp ways, but to be with a woman in 2022 of this era, you have to have a little simp. You can't be 100%.
But let me jump in. But what makes you a simp? Because you make sure that your woman and your family is good.
No, that's being a man. That's being a man.
Yeah. Okay. So what is a simp? Because when I hear simp, like simping, especially coming from the kids, is you catering to me, is you making like buying me flowers and being romantic to me. That's simping. But babe, that's being in a relationship with a woman.
To me, that's not being a simp. Being a simp, that's why I say, and a lot of men wouldn't even agree with I'm a simp. I have some simp ways in me because I feel like being a simp, when I mean with my way, I'm talking about like in decision making and carrying yourself as 100% man. Sometimes, like, if I want to do something and if you don't want to do it, I'll be like, all right, but let's just do it your way. It's like, it's always either catering to your woman or always making yourself less than so she can be above you. That's kind of simping. Like, all right, I don't want to argue here. You got it. It's like you don't ever want to be like, put your foot down. Like, I put my foot down sometimes, but majority of that time I don't. So I was like, that's simping. Like, I said simp. Like, if I feel like, let's say 10 times, I probably put my foot down 4 times. The other 6 times is your way. So it's like, you have a little simp in you. You can stick up, but then most times you're like, nah, go ahead. I don't feel like arguing. No, I don't want to do this. I don't want to feel like I'm being too alpha, or you gonna say if I do this, it's toxic masculinity. So you just let a woman have it. So that's why the whole simp word came in, because men was very. If you go back to our fathers, our grandfathers, men was very masculine. They ain't worried. They was still giving their women flowers, but they knew the man home. Oh shit, daddy home. Oh, my husband home. He's the man of the house. I'm gonna respect him as the man of the house. He carry himself like this. I'm gonna respect him like this. When he say something, we can disagree on certain stuff, but he got the last word. He's the man. He carries himself like that. So today, in today's era, in this generation, we do have men who carry themselves like that. But if you carry yourself like that too much, then you being feminine. I mean, you being what's it? Not masculine. Is you being chauvinistic. You being chauvinist. Oh, you think you can't do this? or you being too masculine, or toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity is just another word to say men is being too much of a man. If you yell at a woman, oh, you being toxic. Like, no, sometimes you have to yell at a woman to be like, no, I'm the man. This is how you yell. I'm trying to establish a point where this is the line you can't cross. I'm not playing. Not yelling at you to put your hands on them, but it's like men, to me, definitely black men, we're like lions in the jungle. And today's society is making us domesticated cats. So it's like, if you be too much of a lion, they'll kill you, or they'll put you in there, tame you. So they love you when the cat, the house, oh, people, the cat is purring and all that. You love it, but let that cat become a lion. Oh no, it's dangerous. It's too strong. That's what they mean by toxic masculinity. So that's what I mean by simping. That you're not carrying yourself 100% as the man of the house. You might do it 80%. You might do it 75%. You might do it 60%.
All right.
So all men to me simp a little bit. Even I simp. I'm agree. Every man simp a little bit in their relationship.
So to be a good man, do you have to be a simp or a square?
You have to simp a little bit, but you don't have to be no square.
What is a square?
A square, like I said, a square to me is a dude. Let's say you with your woman, and you know she cheating on you, but you still stay with her. That's a square. Or your woman talk to you any kind of way, like you work all day, you come in and she like yelling at you, she ain't got your food cooked and you still paying the bills. You a square, you a lame to me. Like that's a pushover.
So a pushover.
A pushover. Like you can't stick up. Like if your woman, you catch her doing something and you be like, I don't like you doing that, she be like, who was you? And start, and you be like, okay, I apologize. Okay, dear. Like that's a lame. And then that's like over simping, like you to the point where you the simp of the year. Like in a situation like Will Smith, like a simp to me is you let your woman control and dictate your actions. Right. So I'm glad you brought it in. So a simp is a man who let a woman control and dictate how he move, how his actions. Because men are supposed to do what? We supposed to move off logic. Women, most of the time y'all move off of y'all emotion. Right. So a simp is moving off emotions directed by his woman to dictate and control his actions. Like Will Smith that night. He was laughing. You a man, I'm laughing. I look over, you looking like, fuck, I'm mad. Then you stop laughing and then go run to the stage and then slap somebody. You just change your whole perception because based off of your woman's attitude, she's manipulated and she changed your action because how she was feeling.
I'm going to go ahead and insert that video right here so you guys will see it right here what he's talking about.
So you a simp after that. And I when he first did that, it was the first thing I said to you. I was like, he's simping hard. Like, simp, like your woman's controlling your actions. He wasn't logical at all. He was very emotional. And then to turn around and for your woman to say, I didn't need you to do that. Like, he's a simp. Like, that's simping. Will Smith is the definition of a simp. Russell Wilson, I wouldn't say he's a simp because, like you said, being a good man, taking care of your kids, taking care of somebody's kids that's not yours, that's a good man. You treating your wife good, your woman good, all men should do that. That's not a simp. Now, if you doing that for her and she doesn't give gratitude, she doesn't give appreciation, then it's turned into simping. I've never seen Sierra disrespect Russell like that. So he's not a simp until he do stuff for her and she come out and be like, you know, she cheating or she go back and do sleep with Future or something. Then okay, then he been a simp this whole time. No. So you can be a good man, but now is he a square? How he carry himself? Yes, he's not a thug or he's not like a masculine man walk around. He just carries himself different. That don't mean he a punk or nothing, but to me, dude did go a little in. Somehow he is square and all that, but he actually worked with him. He was a football player too, so that's me. He probably mean like his actions, like me and like all my friends. We listen to rap. We got a little swag to us, and then if we got a one homeboy, he don't listen to rap or he listen to this certain type of like let's say like a smart rapper. Like let's say he listen to like Childish Gambino or what's his name or Chance the Rapper. We don't listen to them, but so if he did and then he dressed like a little, like how Lil Wayne used to do, like a punk star. We would be like, man, you lame as hell, bro. That's our homeboy, but he's not like us. We listen to Tupac. We listen to NBA Youngboy. We be around here. He listen to different music, so we gonna be like, bro, you lame, bro. You a damn goofy. Right. And then let's say he in a relationship with a woman and he don't stick up or she treat him a certain way, we gonna say these things.
Right.
Because just like men talking to each other like, nah, bro, this how you supposed to carry yourself. Because believe it or not, men know how to be men from other men.
Right.
How your homeboy handles, oh, bro, let's say you got a homeboy, he went through this with his girlfriend, his old lady, he come back to tell you, and then you like, okay, this how I can move, how I move. Right. Or we all say, bro, you should move like this. No, bro, you need to move like this. We all grow off of each other.
Right.
Because how you know how to be a man? From your father, your grandfather, from your homeboys, your peers around you. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's good for just like women to have sister circles and have talks. It's good for men to do that. Like, bro, this is how you carry yourself as a man. This is how you do this. You do this. So you wouldn't have the simp. And then maybe it is to me it is an overused term because it's still hard to explain.
Right.
But I would say like you letting your woman control your actions based off her actions.
All right, guys. So that is the difference between being a simp and being a square. I needed to know the definitions. I hope this helped anyone that had that question because I didn't know the difference.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, we got 1 minute.
No, so the whole bad boy and like a good man, like when do you agree that women go through a phase like that? Because you didn't always want to have a good man. You wanted the bad boy like that, right? You wanted so when did you change?
Well, not me. I personally didn't because I grew up seeing my dad being a bad boy. So
your dad?
Yes. So I seen my dad being a bad boy. Did I make a couple of mistakes looking for my prince? Yes. But I didn't
well, I'm a king right here. You talking about?
I didn't initially go like, well, I'm finna be with him because he sell drugs. Or I'm finna be with him. That wasn't my energy. But yeah, I did kiss a couple of frogs before finding my king. So it happens. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, y'all. So yeah, so I didn't initially started dating, wanting to date bad boys or anything like that because I grew up in a very toxic situation. But maybe because I didn't know what a real relationship looked like or what a real marriage looked like allowed me to make those mistakes. But I knew very early on what I didn't want to go through, but did it stop me from going through it? No, I still had to go through it. I grew up seeing my dad cheat on my stepmom. I didn't want to go through that. I seen the pain, that it did on her. I didn't want to go through that, but I still went through it. So I never to answer your original question. I never wanted to date. I never wanted to date a bad guy. That was not my intentions. That I was not even attracted.
But you did though.
Yeah, I dated a couple of drug dealers and stuff like that. Yes.
The guy, let's say the first, like, who's the first guy like you actually like was in love with?
Okay, so I had like a middle school crush, like who I really liked it. He was a neighbor, but he was like a local drug dealer in the neighborhood.
That's who you really liked it?
That was like one of my first boyfriends. Okay. Yeah.
Check. Okay.
I'm trying to think of high school boyfriends. My second high school boyfriend, he wasn't a drug dealer or anything like that, but he was a very popular boy in school.
Okay. Check.
Then everybody else was regular guys, honestly. My next high school boyfriend was a regular guy, but he was older than me. So I don't know if that matters.
Okay. I'm like your therapist. So, Miss Sierra. So basically, like I'm saying, babe, you doing Sierra too. I'm not gonna say but you found your Russell, so I guess like a good man, but you had to go through the bad, who you really wanted, the future dude, the bad boy. Like a woman's like the first one, you're like, oh, I like this person. Like you really liked, like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you was like deeply like all dudes you really fell in love with, and then take that image and then take who you with now, your husband, Are they similar? Are they similar paths? Or they act the same? If you say yes or no, then that's how you base it. So I wouldn't say you settle, but it's not the same as like who you really like. Like women have like Russell, even though Russell could be the best guy for Sierra, he's not her first choice. Most of the time, I could be the best guy for you, but I wasn't your first choice. So that's all I'm trying to say.
But how many high school sweetheart stories do you really hear about compared to people that have not settled, but have ended up with relationships, with someone that they've been with after multiple relationships? You don't hear that much of high school sweetheart stories. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you don't hear those type of stories compared to people that have been in multiple relationships and finally ended up with someone that they are more compatible with.
And why they more compatible with this person? Because they've been damaged more, right? So now they're willing to settle. They not settle, but now they're willing to put
they
more.
know what they want or what they don't want now. I think people that end up with people that they're compatible after multiple relationships is because during these failed relationship, you have learned so much about yourself, and you have learned so much about what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to give.
Right.
So now you're gonna find someone compatible to that.
But that person is not gonna get all of you or the best of you, because your best years has been wasted on other people. They're not getting your prime you. They might get to love you, but they're not getting like because you know how because you didn't have sex with other people, you did other things, did all these things. It's just like nothing new with that person. Now you grow to love that person more, but it's not nothing new and exciting with that person unless y'all make it new and exciting in the relationship. So that's why I say it's like you're not the first choice. You're number 2, 3, 4, and as you go down, it start diminishing, right?
I disagree.
It don't diminish.
I disagree with that because like during my younger years, I was so clueless that I would not think that was my prime years. Yes, I was younger. Yes, I had less experience or whatever the case may be. But because of that lack of experience and because of what I was exposed to, my mentality was not to be married. My mentality was completely different.
Right.
Now, today, you get a woman that's wants to be settled. Yes, I'm not perfect, but yes, I'm willing to understand that these are the things that I have to be, to do to be a perfect wife for you. And that is the better version than the person that,
right,
wants you to be this person and you're not willing to give them that because that's not where your head at
right.
that moment.
But I had my bread got to be up too though.
Huh?
I had that bread up too though. You know what I'm saying? They get money though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. No, but so what? Oh yeah, what else? Before we go, what else we still got like for me? So when I'm trying to break down everything he said. So he said money. So do you think Sierra would be with a Russell Wilson type of guy if he didn't have the money? Because a lot of people keep saying like, I think Lil Duval, he was saying, yeah, y'all keep saying Russell good, but if he ain't have money, y'all overlook the good guys all the time. Like who don't have the money, but let's say he's a mailman and he's just as good as Russell. He's a nurse or he's a trash man. He's a good man, but he can overlook by these women because he doesn't have the Lambo or the Hellcat outside. He's not a professor or whatever distinct jobs that women think are so high and mighty and they look down on them.
I think everybody dates on their level. I think Sierra dated 50 Cent. He had money. She dated Bow Wow, even though he be lying, but he had a little bit of coins. Future, hell, he was at his prime at that moment. He definitely had money. So Russell, of course, her boyfriends or her mans are always gonna have money. I'm not saying I don't know what her pockets look like, but she's not a broke woman, so she's gonna date someone in her standards. So if the male man is looking to be noticed by a Sierra, a multi-millionaire person or something, that's gonna be difficult because typically those two people are not even in the same location to even
drop her
see.
mail off to her house.
Yeah,
but she's not gonna look at him because why? Because you proving his point because he doesn't have the money. But at the end of the day, women keep saying they want good guys. They didn't say money. They keep saying good guys. And the only reason why women think Russell is a good guy because he has money with the good guy. If he could take the money away from Russell, he'd just be good guy. And there's good guys who are mailmans and trash men. Right, but they don't have the coins.
The mailman is going to have to get with somebody on his level. I'm not saying a multi-million woman cannot be with a mailman, but typically they don't really maneuver in the same streets or anything like that.
Right.
Just like a doctor is not going to really look at someone that works at McDonald's or Burger King, because they typically look at those people as somebody that's serving them. They don't really see them as somebody that they'll be with. I'm not saying it's impossible, but let's be realistic. When you're dating someone, you want to date someone on your level or higher than you. You don't want to date someone less than you, you know, unless you really know that person and you're willing to lift them up. But typically, you don't want to date someone that's at a lower level than you. That's for men and women.
That's for women.
Okay.
I don't think, like, men don't care about, what you mean when you say level, you talking about what? Money or status?
Money as well, because
a doctor can be a doctor can be with a stripper, a multi-millionaire can be with a girl that who just see on the street. Like, men have done that because men don't care about a woman's money because he's not gonna be able to spend it anyway. Like, if you became make $100,000, that don't mean nothing for me. You make $100,000 now, but I would make $100,000. That's big for you because we're going to spend my $100,000 on you and me and the family. A woman, you make $100,000, it's gonna be spent on you. It's not gonna be really spent on me because I'm a man. I'm supposed to make my own money. So that's what men don't really look at money like that with women. Like, that's what y'all look at, and that's what men look at.
Well, okay, we'll keep that for the next conversation, guys. Talk to you guys later.
I'll be at 100 soon. Like, comment, subscribe. It's
D.
And it's Alice.
Bye, y'all. I'm sleepy.
Why? Don't be rushing off like, nah, man. Don't be rushing off like that.
2, 3.